Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We're back on Kubota Farm in East Vineland, New Jersey. And yes, we have another new toy. Same bucket that we tried out last time that wasn't dumping. With our Volvo wheel loader here that we tried. And it does seem like it was because this front end here just couldn't swivel quite enough to get this bucket to dump properly. So I went ahead and leased this Lizard brand wheel loader, and it does seem to be doing a better job, no doubt. As you can see here, we're now able to dump with that bucket that we leased, so that's kind of nice. I also have my side panel hooked up, so I'm using a joystick. It's taking me a little bit of getting used to. The one thing about having the Cytec side panel, and I do like it, it's an added, like I need one more arm and one more hand for this, for being able to kind of show you all different angles and views and stuff like that, because I either have to go from the joystick to my mouse, or there is a button that I have mapped on my Cytec to switch to camera instead of dumper, if that makes sense. But I wonder if we're full. I think we are. Let's check our let's check our deal here. I think our trailer might be full. Hope everyone's having a really good Thursday. Oh, we are full. So we can go dump our trailer. It is Thursday, thank goodness. Just one more day to the weekend. So nice. Weather in my area has taken a turn for, well, it depends on your outlook, I guess. It's either taken a turn for the worse or for the better. We finally got our first accumulation of snow, only a couple inches or so, but it is certainly showing the times that it is winter, no doubt. I actually like snow as long as I don't have to shovel it or drive in it. I'm pretty happy with snow. I think it's pretty, but unfortunately living with it is, you know, kind of another thing altogether. But we're supposed to get some more snow, I guess, next week, I think I heard in the forecast. So that should be interesting. I also sped up my mouse DPI, which means it is a little bit better at working with front loaders and cranes and equipment like that. It was just set too slow. That being said, I thought, you know what, let's try the side panel. I've been meaning to get that side panel plugged back in. The only thing about this mouse speed now is I feel like things might be a little more jerky, and I apologize for that. I'm actually thinking I'm going to reinstall or reactivate the additional, what's it called? The additional game settings mod. And if you're not familiar with that, it is PC only, I believe. Sorry, console players. Oh, see, I'm still using, here, I'm using my mouse now. A little bit better, a little bit easier. Sorry, console players, I think it is a PC only deal. That being said, it has these settings in there that smooths out camera movement. And that is, yeah, it is nice. And the reason I disabled it was because I was doing some troubleshooting with mod conflicts and stuff, and I ended up disabling that mod and adding two other mods that in its place. One of them was being the Easy Engine Start mod, and the other one was a camera collision mod, which, you know, prevents the collision of your camera when you're driving around and stuff from swooping in and out when you're going into a barn and stuff like that. I think you all know what I'm talking about there. Let me switch back to my joystick. use that for a bit. So this bucket, I think, is what, 3,600 liters. We actually probably could use a little bit bigger bucket with this particular one. The only thing I saw about this bucket that's interesting is if you look down, whoops, now let me fix that. So this is, whoops, all the way down. It doesn't go flat to the ground, so you kind of have to point it and scrape in the front a little bit. It's not, I don't think, technically meant for this front loader. It's meant for the Volvos, you know. But it works, and it gets the job done. I tried before I started recording one other bucket, and I'm going to show you guys what happened here with this one bucket I thought was kind of interesting. And I don't know if it is, I don't know if it's a problem or if it's meant to be this way. But if we go into our wheel loader accessories, and we come over here, this guy right here, this general purpose bucket, heavy duty, 5,000 liter, I thought, oh, that might be a pretty good fit for us. You know, 5,000 liters is a little bit more. It's general purpose. It holds all the stuff we need. So I leased this, but it would not connect here, in fact, and it wouldn't connect to this lizard. So I'm wondering if this attacher here is designed more specifically for, because if you look at what its combinations are, it's the bigger Volvo front loader. And I'm wondering if this spacing here is just slightly larger. That would be my guess, because the lizard would not attach to this. The lizard would attach to these, however. And if you look at the combinations there, you know, they're across the board. So my assumption is, but that's weird though that it includes this, right? It's hard to tell, but it does seem like this one definitely has a different front attacher than the other wheel loaders. So just wanted to point that out. Just something I came across when I was messing around with, messing around with it. Let's try something here. Let's switch to inside view. Whoa, get rid of my camera. And we'll just try a couple, 2, 3 here. Inside. Driver view. Yeah. That's what we'll call it. Driver view. You know, you always have to have some cool, kind of a cool catchphrase, This is my Go semi-pro driver view. I mean, I don't mind this. It's not so bad if you're, it just depends on kind of your style of gameplay. I know some people really, really prefer first-person view. I kind of switch between both. I kind of get tired of one, I go to the other. Get tired of one, go to the other. That kind of thing. And sometimes it depends on what actual, activity I'm doing on the farm too. But might try a bigger bucket still. I don't know though. This seems to be a pretty good match for this particular wheel loader. I like that this wheel loader has a little bit better height. That's kind of nice. But boy, I'll tell you, I kind of fell in love with that little Volvo. That thing's definitely going to have to come back and visit for sure, because I like that little guy. It's pretty cool. Not forgetting the Kubota, of course. It still has its definite purposes on the farm. This is a nice mod, though. I'm not sure exactly who the mod author is for this lizard wheel loader. We can take a quick peek. I do have a mod that shows North Modding Company. There you go. So lizard wheel loader from the North Modding Company. Yeah, not bad. And I just stuck you know how you sometimes pay extra for paint, you know, $4,000. On this one, you could have a few different color selections without paying extra. I thought that was going to be a little bit, well, yeah, not for us. It's kind of funny. The gray you don't pay for, and then you start paying for colors from this white on. You pay for all of these colors here. But whoa, look at that. That's making a statement right there. Yeah. So spending a little bit of money on a bunch of different leases. Totally worth it though. I mean, I think we're gonna make some pretty decent coin from this silage adventure, if I'm being honest. I can't imagine not having some pretty decent amount of money come in from our sales here, but I think it is going to be worth waiting for silage prices to go up before we take it over to the sales facility. Been thinking more and more about production on this map and wanting to get more into the production side of this map. I think we're definitely going to do that as well. And I think after this harvest season, once we get it wrapped up, and once we get some stuff sold, like this silage, and we get whatever crops we bring in sold, I think our bank account will be enough to push us ahead a little bit. Get maybe another field and maybe one or two production facilities going. The two that come to mind as far as production facilities early on, I would say would be the spinnery, since we have the sheep and wool, and the second one was that grain mill for doing cracked corn and cornmeal, I think was the other unique. Yeah, I like that door open and close deal. You know, safety third, just get moving before the doors even close there, Chief. But that would be kind of my vote for the first two production facilities that we hit. I think that would work out pretty well for us. And I really haven't been paying much attention to our trailer loads. It seems like I think we've had 3 so far. Maybe 4, but I think 3 trailer loads so far. I'm just gonna look real quick too at this bucket stuff. So the one that we have here, I think is this guy. Yeah. General purpose bucket, heavy duty. I noticed that some are considered high tip bucket. I think those are the ones that are designed to, ooh, that's kind of fancy, isn't it? Those are the ones that separate, aren't they, from the attacher point? So they kind of separate and tip, almost can tip vertically. If I remember correctly, that's what they do. And I think that's why it has those hoses, those hydraulics on there for that very purpose. Be curious to see if that bad boy, you know what, I'm a little tempted. I'm feeling a little tempted. All right. Just have to do it sometimes. Even with better judgment, I still have to try it. So this is a 5,000 liter bucket. And so that's kind of a benefit. The only thing is attaching to this lizard, number one. Yep, so it will attach. Bring her up. No, I was wrong about the... I could have swore that one of these buckets was more of a... Are those hydraulic hoses connected? Huh, I guess they are. Yeah. Okay, alright. Let's see here. Follow initiate change crews. I wonder if that bucket performs or behaves differently on a different front loader. Because I could swear those high tip buckets could perform a little bit differently. I'm just wrong about that. Let's try and scrape some of these things up here. Let's see how this thing, it should work just as well with our trailer, I think. I don't think it should be a problem. Let's find out here. I like the 5,000 liter, just adds a little bit, adds a little bit more to each load, so save a little bit of time, you know. Basically, what is it, almost another 1,400 liters per than what we were using, double that. So it's about, for every 2 buckets of this is almost 3 buckets of the other bucket. This lizard seems to be doing really well. It's kind of a generic looking, would you say it's a generic, whoa, I'm almost a little too close, aren't I? It's almost a little bit like a generic looking caterpillar. It's kind of what it reminds me of. Maybe even a, shoot, maybe even a Volvo. Looks a little caterpillar to me though. I don't know. I haven't really looked much at wheel loaders and heavy, you know, heavy work equipment in real life for a while, so. That bad boy scooped up there. Haven't had a chance to do anything more with the Platinum expansion pack yet. I was kind of hoping to have a little bit of time for that, but I don't think I'm going to really be able to sink into it until this weekend, to be honest. Whoa, there's a fence there. Sheep are running over like, we're free! Yeah, that one's giving me the eyeball right there. That white one right there, he's been giving me the stink eye lately, and I don't know. I think he's got thoughts of escape, you know? Every time I walk over there, he's kind of looking at me like he's taking notes, you know, like my comings and goings, like what time am I here, what time am I not, that kind of thing. They're sneaky. Very, very sneaky little animals. I watch Shaun the Sheep. I know how sneaky sheep can be. Alright, I think our trailer is full once again. Let's go ahead and fill our bucket up and have it ready for the next trailer load, I guess. Yeah, get that engine revved up. Yeah, I know. It's bleating at us. We'll just set this right here. Hop on out. Deliver yet another trailer load over to our storage facilities. I think next time we do a bunker silo like this of silage, we will make a couple of adjustments. I think a bigger trailer or more than one trailer would certainly help expedite the process, and maybe even possibly I guess the only bigger bucket that I think is in the store is like a 10,000 liter, which would be nice, but it's pretty huge, and we would need the biggest wheel loader for that thing. But I could see having, you know, 2 trailers, either double trailer connected or 2 separate trailers, and just kind of use, you could even use the Follow Me mod and just make a little convoy going over to our storage facility there, or get a semi and really fill it up, you know, 100,000 liter deal or something along those lines. That'd be nice too. Try and straighten this out for our wheel loader. I think that'll work right there. This would not be the worst way to spend a day. You know, what do you guys think? To me, doing stuff like this, you know, listen to some music, maybe a podcast or an audio book or something, and just look. Oh yeah, see how they kind of come over and kind of give us, you know, they kind of give us the eyeball, because they know that there's a good possibility I'm going to be knocking this fence down, and they are just waiting. Now look at them both. Look at them both. Yep. They know. But I don't know where they're going to go. You know, I mean, if they do make a run for it, where are they going to go? You know? Over to the woods here, where, I mean, there's not much places for them to go. They're fed, they have water, so they need to understand how good they have it. You know? We call the vet if they have any health issues. So they've got medical, they've got dental. They've got everything they need. But sometimes, you know, it's just never enough. It's just never enough. They still looking at me? Oh yeah, see. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to figure out which one's the leader. I think it's that white one. I think yeah, I think they're the leader for sure. I was watching a couple reruns of Clarkson's farm, and he ended up getting sheep, and watching him try to move those sheep from one field to another and trying to get them to do what he wants them to do. Yeah, they have a mind of their own, no doubt. And when one follows the other, you know, and they just don't pay attention, they just follow the leader. And if one starts jumping a fence, they all just start going. You know, it doesn't matter. They could be jumping to their death, and they wouldn't care. It's just, hey, that one jumped, I'm doing it. Sorry, I'm talking about you. Man, this thing's got some... Look at the flex on this thing. Whoa, yeah, don't get too crazy there, Brad. Oh, man. Got a little flex going on, little hopping. Oops, we're not quite there, Brad. There you go. Should be getting close to full. Maybe another bucket. Man, that fence right there is just enough out there to where I just like to hit that thing. Yeah. So yeah, maybe this weekend, if I'm feeling adventurous enough, might run over to take a take a tour of Silver Run Forest and maybe do a little gameplay there. And if I do, I'll record whatever nonsense I start doing over there. It's, you all can get a kick out of my lack of logging skills. But I will say just a little bit I've seen, you know, I've played it a little bit, and from what I've seen online, Giants has made some pretty good steps forward when it comes to the logging in this game. One in particular that I was super happy to see was that auto load for logs, and that's even on consoles, and that's pretty awesome. And because I'll tell you, if I'm going to loading logs was always one of the things that I really did not like. So having auto load could make, you know, a huge difference for the enjoyment of gameplay with logging. No doubt about it. Let's get this. Whoa, put the brakes, Brad. There you go. Let's get this dumped. Step out here. Well, that ladder just curves right in there, doesn't it? And if we look here, silage, 120, about 121,000 liters so far. And I'm just a little curious. There's silage right there. Current pricing is around 400 and we'll say 450 there, and it can go up to 576, maybe a little more, so another 100 and some odd dollars if we wait till January. So yeah, I would say it's definitely worth for us waiting for a little bit higher buy price here. So yeah, not too bad. And I think that is gonna wrap it up for another episode of Kubota Farm. I will probably finish emptying our silo. And cut that close. Finish emptying our silo, since you probably have seen enough of me doing that already. And I think I'll try and get this thing emptied out for us and get it all stored away, so when we get together next time, we can move forward, either take another look at contracts. If there's nothing that suits, kind of, you know, suits our needs, we will move to August and take care of that field of, what is that, sorghum over there, I think? We'll take care of that then. But thanks everyone again. I do appreciate you joining me for another episode of Kubota Farm here on Thursday. Remember, tonight is Throwback Thursday, so if you like the old family farm, we'll be back on that, getting into more trouble over there with Betty Lou and company. So if you have a chance, check that out. I think it released 7 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be up on YouTube. So thanks again, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Let's make sure we take care of each other, and I will see you either tonight or tomorrow again, Friday, here on Kubota Farm.